Hey loves, this is Bobby and I'm here with another video. And this is going to be the 5 most intimidating books on my TBR. These are all books that I am actually dying to read, but I just can't get myself to actually sit down and read them, or even do the audiobook. 2 of these I don't actually think have audiobook versions. 3 of these do. So I do want to read these. My goal is to read at least 3 of these before the end of the year. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I just wanted to do a quick fun little video, and this seemed like a really good idea because this will, I think, help push me into actually reading these books. So yeah, let's start this countdown. In the 5th most intimidating spot, I'm actually planning on reading this one for the Pop Sugar Challenge. So this is the one, that's why I have it on this last spot, because I do actually think I'm going to get to it. I think I'm going to try the audiobook, see how that goes. If I'm not digging it, then I will switch over to the physical. And that is The Arabian Nights by, technically, I believe it's by Anonymous, because I am reading this for the Anonymous tab, but it's been translated by Sir Richard F. Burton. I love fairy tales. I love tales, and I know a few of the tales in here, but I've never actually read all of them. I know the story behind it. I've just never actually read it. This is the Barnes & Noble leather-bound edition. I absolutely love this thing. It's beautiful. I want to try reading this. I have always wanted to. I believe I started it when I was in like high school, but it was only like, we were only reading like certain tales, or it might have been middle school, I don't remember, but I remember we did start it, and then I just never picked it up, and then it was kind of just like we're doing different stories, so we didn't actually get into it. But yeah, I would absolutely love to read this. I've always wanted to. I've had it on my shelf. Like I said, I've started it once before, but yeah, it just is everything that I know I'll love. Like, I know I'm gonna love this. It's just the fact, one, how big it is, and the so many different stories. Like, I don't know, it's just something about it's always intimidated me. So I do, though, plan on reading this for the Anonymous prompt for Pop Sugar. I actually did not know that this book is technically written by Anonymous. It was just the translation. So yeah. Number 5. Number 4, I am intimidated by the series, but another reason why I haven't started it is because it's incomplete, and we don't actually know if we're ever going to get a last book. So yeah, that kind of makes me nervous about that, because I don't want to get into something. But I actually have 2 sets of this series, and that is A Song of Fire and Ice by George R.R. Martin. I loved the show. Well, parts of the show. I'm in that large group that absolutely hated that last season, but I have wanted to read these. I was gifted the entire set quite a few years ago, and it's the set, and then I actually bought the cloth bound collector's editions that are absolutely beautiful, but they're like up on my shelf. I was gonna do those for this video, but I didn't want to get them down. I've always wanted to. This is another one where I've started. I think I read a couple chapters in, and then on the ebook that I had, and I just never picked it back up. I do want to read these. These are high on my list to read these damn books. It's just, I am terrified of reading these, because when it came to the show, there are certain characters I absolutely loved, I wanted to know more of, but then there's those point of views where I just do not care, and that kills me when it comes to books with so many different point of views, because then I get bored, and then I don't pay attention, and I won't finish it. So that is one of the most intimidating things for me, is because of all the different point of views, and then also how much is going on in here. I'm just like, I don't know, like the show, I had to put the show in the back of my head, because I know there's so much. I know most of what got kind of like left out in the show, because I had a lot of friends and stuff that read the books, and they always would kind of complain about the things that were taken out. But yeah, this series just intimidates the hell out of me. And then the fact that every single one of these books are, I think this is the shortest one at like just under 1,000 pages. I think it's like 800 or so, something like that. It's like just over 800 pages. But now that I have read most of Brandon Sanderson, I feel like page-wise it doesn't intimidate me anymore. It's just how much, and then the fact that there is no last book, and we don't know if we're ever actually going to get said last book or what the hell's going on. Like, that kills me. I don't want to get into a series and then never have it finished, and it's just because it's been waiting so long. Like, if it was something like Sanderson where, you know, he writes so much and there's, you know, we know we're most likely going to get an ending, or like the thing is still like going, I'd be fine. It's just the fact that we waited so much for this last book. It's just like, it terrifies me that I will get invested and then I won't get an ending. Or we're going to get stuck with that absolutely terrible ending that was the TV series. But yeah, this just, I need to read them. I'm hoping to get to this, at least start the series before July. I would like to start at least this one by hopefully May, if I can. But yeah, yes. I've been recommended. I've had everybody tell me that it's amazing, and I just really, really need to just dive in and do this. Like, I need to, and I want to. For this next one, this is honestly one of the most intimidating books for me because I have read 4 other books by this author. I own most of his works. I have a shelf going on to 2 shelves, well, technically like 4 shelves just dedicated to stuff from this author. And I haven't read this. My goal though is I want to reread the series and then get into this finally. It's still just, it terrifies me because of the way it is. And that is The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. I say it different every single time. Like, when I look at it, I don't know why I always add a T into it for some reason. I always call it the Similarian. I don't know why. I don't have any idea if I'm actually pronouncing the name right, but I have read The Hobbit multiple times. I have read Lord of the Rings. I am actually planning on doing a reread of Lord of the Rings this year. I just have to kind of plan out when I want to start it, because I want to start off with The Hobbit. I have always wanted to dive fully into Middle-earth, though, with the history. This book just intimidates the absolute hell out of me because it is just history. It is basically like a textbook of Middle-earth and other things. I haven't dived fully in. I have the rest of like Middle-earth books and I want to read all of them because Lord of the Rings is one of my absolute favorite series. It's what really, really got me into fantasy when the movies came out. I was in middle school and we went to go see it in theaters and I just fell in love, and that's what got me so into it. I'd always kind of liked fantasy. I was like here and there with it, but like that complete, fully immersive just world, just like, whoa. I just still remember the first time like watching the movie and when they get to Rivendell, and I'm just like, I just remember sitting there going, this is the most amazing thing I have ever witnessed in my life. So that's when I read the books and everything, and I fell in love. I have always wanted to read this, though. It just scares me. I don't know why. It's just because I know it's basically like a history text, and I am like, what if I can't keep track? Because a lot of people I've known that have read this, or I'm in a few Tolkien groups on Facebook, and when they talk about this, they're like, some people just give up because it's just too much information, and other people are like, once you read this, like your mind is just like opened up to this, this amazing world that was made. And I am just like, I don't know where I'm gonna fall, and I'm like afraid of like just actually reading it. I don't know why, but yeah, I am going to get to this. I am determined to read this before the end of the year. I'm going to try, I want to do the audiobook, but I might try and do audiobook and physical and then just take my time with it because, yeah. And the names, there are so many crazy names, like these people and everything in here, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, but I need to read this. I want to. I need someone to tell me, read it, just do it, dive in, fully immerse yourself. So yes, I do plan on hopefully reading this after I reread The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. So yes. This next one, I didn't know what it was when I bought it. I had seen it in the library when it had first came out, and I was like, it looked cool because it looked so secretive. And then I found out what the book was about, and I was like, what? That sounds insane. And then I found out about all the little extras in the book, and I was just like, I need to read this. I need to own this. I finally bought it, and it's been sitting on my shelf for about 2 years now. And I can't get myself to start it. And this is a book that I don't feel comfortable taking it out into the world because of all the little things in it. And I will show you what I mean, because this is when I have to be at home to, like, I think read this. And it's just, I don't know, like, everything about this book just scares me for some reason. And that is S by J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst. This is a book inside of a book, inside of a story, inside of a story, and there's some crazy stuff. I don't know exactly what the whole thing is about. I know the basis, but I didn't want to know too much because a few people said the best way to go in is just diving in, kind of, jumping into the deep end and just doing this. But at the same time, I kind of want to know what exactly. And like I said, I didn't know. I saw just this because it's in a slipcover. When you see it at anywhere, it's just in this slipcover. And it's usually sealed, but I had already broken the seal. And you don't know, you can't see, and it's confusing and weird, and then I bought it, and then I opened it, and I was like, holy crap. So when you take the book out, there is another book in it, and it is called Ship of Theseus by V.M. Stockra, and it's printed like it is a library book. This is a fully immersive book. We're following the story. I believe it's 2 people find themselves in a library, and there is a book there, and it's this book there that has been left behind by someone. And when they open it up, they find that there's notes in here, and and you get all of the notes. Like, it's kind of hard because I don't want anything to fall out to lose its place. There are like articles that have been printed out. The book itself is already like noted in and everything. It's got notes, it's got highlights, and then you flip through more of it, and it's just insane. So they're trying to track down what this person was doing. I don't know the story that they're tracking. Like, I haven't gone, like, there is postcards in there that have the addresses blocked out, and like some of it's written in code. And I'm terrified of taking this out of my house, because what if something falls out? Because, like, I have trouble keeping bookmarks in my damn book, so how am I going to keep all these little extras? Like, here's a picture of like a wall with like it looks like a doorway. There are more postcards, and they're all written to, it's this man trying to track down this woman, or he says her. And like I said, there's these notes, and there's pictures, and then like there are like paper that have been filled out, and I'm so afraid of like anything getting misplaced or like switched around. I don't know how this works at the library. Like, I don't understand how this book can work as a library book, because I am terrified of people like, losing. Like, here's a picture of a woman standing in front of, I think it's a boat. But yeah, there's so much. There are so many little things in here. We've got, like, right here alone, we've got a page with notes on it. And then we have a card. And inside of this card, there is a newspaper clipping. And in the card has been written in and everything. So, like, there's so many of these things. I want to read this. It's so much. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, we've got napkins with notes on it. And here's, like a compassy thingy. I don't know. Like a code finder. So I'm just, like, so intimidated by this, because, like, how the hell do you even get in this? And I've heard really mixed things about this. Some people say it's like a treasure hunt and you're fully just into this, and then other people say it's just too much and they couldn't finish it. So I'm just like, what the hell? I want to do this. I feel like this is something I would like to read with someone. So if anybody would like to do a buddy read with this, that we can kind of stretch out after through a period of time, I would love that. But I need to just kind of like dive in and just say screw it and just do this. I have wanted to, like I said, it's just there's so much, and I'm so terrified of like anything going missing in this book. And yeah, I'm just like, hold on, I gotta fix that. But yeah, I want to read this. I can't wait to actually get to it. I'm just, after 2 years of it staring at me, I'm just like, I don't know. But yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous book. But yeah, it just seems so cool, and I need to read it. All of these are books, like I said, I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't want to read them. It's just, I need to start it. And yeah. This next book is the bane of my damn existence. I have actually started this book. I started this book 5 years ago. It is still, I still count it as a book I'm currently reading, even though I've been currently reading this book for 5 years. And that book is The House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. So for a book that I've been reading 5 years, I've made it a grand total of 28 pages. Yes. 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 I want to flip this book off. I do. It's the bane. It's my great white whale. It is just my Mountain Olympus, my whatever the hell you want to call it. I want to read it, obviously. But at the same time, do I really want to read it? Yeah. So this book just, like 5 years, 28 pages. Yeah. So how do I even start with this damn book? This is an actual horror book is what it is. And it's, these people move into this house and there is crazy things happening in this house to them. And this is like them documenting all of it. But this is a book that has footnotes that are longer than the actual text on the page. Like one part here, there was like 3 words on the page and the footnotes took up 4 pages. And then we have weird stuff like this. And then the book starts writing sideways. And then we get pages that have literally nothing on it. We've got pages that are, there's that. And this page right here just has 2 words, which is I am. I'm trying to find the ones where, like this one, there's nothing there. It says time. I know there's the ones, there are these that just have like musical notes, and then these that it's like written in the corner. It's all over the place. And when it comes to this book, I've heard so many different things. Like some people are like, this is the most terrifying book they've ever read. Other people are like, yo, I don't even know what I read. Like, I don't understand what the hell was happening. It's just too weird. I want to read this. I am like determined to read more of this. I need to just put it like by my bed and try and read like 5 pages at a time if I can, like just something so I can make progress. I actually have to go back and reread those 28 pages because honestly I don't remember a damn thing that happened because I haven't picked it up in about 1.5 years because I just stopped because I'm like, I don't know if I want to finish this, but I do want to read this just for the fact that it's such a staple in the horror community to read this book. And I'm like, I'm determined, and it's crazy, and it's like something that I would definitely like that's the thing, like it's right up my alley of things, like weird and crazy and unreliable narratives, and you don't know what the hell's actually happening. It's just, this book just is so much to take in, and there's not an audiobook for this because I don't think you could do an audiobook version of this. This is one where you have to read just physically and just dive in, and I need to. This is another one I need to like do a buddy read with someone, or for someone just to hold me accountable. Like, read it. Read your 5 pages. Bobby, read the 5 pages. So, yeah, I need to just dive in and start reading this slowly. But this is just like, it is the most intimidating book to me because of just how weird it is. And then, like I said, it's just, I feel like I need to. This is one of the only books where I feel like I need to read it. But at the same time, like, do I want to? Yes, but do I really? I don't know. But yeah. So, yeah, that is that is my list. Those are the 5 most intimidating books. If you've read any of these and you definitely think I should give them a try, let me know. If there's one of these or any of these where you're like, you know what, you're not really missing out, get to it when you get to it, definitely let me know that as well. What are some of the most intimidating books for you? I would love to know. Are any of these books intimidating to you? Because I would love to know that I'm not alone. But yeah, so there we go. That's what's what. As always, I'm Bobby. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I will drop all of those social media links down below. And as always, take care and happy reading. Bye.